afternoon, and welcome to the October 3rd meeting of the Raleigh Appearance Commission. The Commission is charged with providing guidance, advice, and recommendations regarding the visual quality and aesthetic characteristics of the City of Raleigh. The members of the Commission are volunteers who are dedicated to the quality of design in Raleigh and represent a varied field of experience. We will have staff review the staff report prior to the applicant's presentation and identify the administrative alternate findings that the applicant will need to address. For the applicants presenting cases this afternoon, we ask that you take no more than 10 minutes to present your case. When you arrive at the podium, please state your name and address for the record. Once you present your case, including all the required items, the Commission may ask you questions regarding your case, and then we'll table it for further discussion. We can ask you to come forward again for clarification. After the discussion, the Commission will set forth the decision to recommend approval with conditions, recommend denial, or defer the case, in which case you have 21 days to rework the requested items and represent. Any decision will be tied back to alternate findings. We'll send our recommendations to the Planning Director for a final determination. All right. I think that's it. So if you would like to come forward, obviously we're familiar with the case, and Lee can
lead it.
And remind us what we're reviewing today.
So this is for 5401 Trinity Road. This is for UDO Article 1.58 pedestrian access. The street-facing entrance regulations are intended to concentrate pedestrian activity along the street edge and provide an easily identifiable and conveniently located entrance for residents, visitors, and patrons accessing a building as pedestrians from the street. Access points should be located or identified in a manner visible to the pedestrian from the street and be accessible via a direct path. The applicant in this case is requesting an alternate to Section 1.58 pedestrian access. 4.86 acres of the subject property is zoned office mixed use, 7 stories, parking limited frontage, conditional use, and the remaining 0.76 acres is of limited frontage, parking limited frontage along Knoll Road. I think I skipped a line in there, I'm sorry. The remaining acres are office mixed use, 7 stories, parkway frontage, conditional use. The parking limited frontage, there we go, along Knoll Road requires both a primary street facing entrance and a direct pedestrian connection from the entrance to the building to the sidewalk. The applicant plans to provide an entrance along the side of the building with a proposed entrance plaza and direct sidewalk access to the plaza from the primary street, Knoll Road. In lieu of placing an access point along the facade facing Knoll Road, the applicant is proposing pedestrian access on the east side of the building to provide a more logical entrance to the site and to the building from both the sidewalk and the interior of the site. This item was deferred from the September 19th, 2019 meeting for the applicant to address concerns raised by the commissioners. These concerns included creating a more distinctive and enhanced entrance feature on the non-street fronting building facade and widening the pedestrian accessway from Knoll Road to the building entrance. The applicant has submitted the attached additional plans illustrating how these concerns are addressed.
Thank you. I'm Brian Gibson with Hagersmith Design, the architect for the project. Thanks for having me back here for round 2. Thanks for the great summary you did there. I do see some new faces that weren't there the previous time, so I will give just a quick summary of kind of how we got where we are. This is a triangulated site at the corner of Trinity and Owl Road, just up from the stadium. This will be the 3rd building of the Trinity buildings, which the other 2 are across Trinity Road. It's a tough triangulated site that falls probably close to 50 feet, so it was very challenging. We also had some challenges with some driveway alignments with the across the street, across Nowell there. And so that's how we landed on the driveway alignments. And we do have some challenging grade down now between that driveway and Trinity Road, which led us to the kind of where we're at with an entrance not being on Nowell Road. So previously we looked at it, well actually here you go, let me switch here. So it's really the most accessible, we're just about the only accessible route off of Nowell Road, and it's the most direct route in here. Previously, we thought this was a little weak. The commission thought this was a little weak. It was just a small walk up to this pedestrian plaza, and the door itself didn't have quite enough oomph, to reiterate, entrance. And so we talked about widening this section of the pedestrian walk off of Now, which this was the previous version, by the way. I'll show you the new version here in a second. But so the direct line of sight is to this door here on the circle. And so our response was to widen up the pavers and the plaza area and engage the sidewalk to pull the pedestrian into the site a little bit better. And we also decided to create a more axial line to the door, which you can see from that walkway directly aligned to that door, which we didn't talk about in the last Appearance Commission meeting, but that was something that came up that we thought would make a lot of sense. The previous canopy, we had just a real run-of-the-mill kind of pre-manufactured aluminum type canopy that didn't really say main entrance. So we've designed a steel and glass canopy that's got some columns with some tapered beams to play at that entrance a lot more. So as you can see in the images here. So that's really kind of where we are at as far as responding to what you guys previously had issues with.
All right, does anybody have any questions? All right, we'll table it for discussion.
I roll with
Oh.
a question, be sure I'm not missing something. I'm not missing something. You're referring to this entrance as the main entrance, not the entrance that's off the,
This is, so
that's the main entrance.
that is not the main entrance to the building, but it is a
Okay.
primary entrance.
Okay. Shows entry.
Yeah. All right, so just based on our discussion last time, I mean, I think a lot more attention has been given to calling attention to the sidewalk along Nowell Road, like that. The sidewalk connection itself has been enlarged, and it's a little more prominent. The canopy at the door definitely signals entry, which was totally lacking, I think, in the last one. So in my opinion, I think they have taken steps to bring it more into compliance with the intent.
Looks good to me. I think it's direct and clear and, pedestrian friendly.
Sorry, say that again? We're just looking at you to see if you have anything to say.
How's the landscape on it? Is it sloped to the building or away, like as far as with drainage and stuff like that?
The grading sort of peaks right here in the middle, and it falls about 1.5 feet to the corner. So,
So
yeah,
slipping
we have
away.
good drainage as far as the plaza goes.
With the canopy, is there like, drainage for that?
Yeah, we plan on capturing it back of the gutter where it hits the building, and then running that down the column, the gutter.
No comments?
All right. So, all right, let's go through the findings. Thank you. Okay. So the approved alternate meets the intent of the street-facing entrance regulations. I think we agreed that it does. The approved alternate conforms with the comp plan and adopted city plans. I found policy LU 4.5 connectivity, LU 7.6 pedestrian-friendly development.
UD 6.2.
Anybody else? Okay. The pedestrian access point is easily identified by pedestrian, customers, and visitors. I think the canopy helps with that. Recessed or projecting entries or building elements have been incorporated into the design of the building to enhance visibility of street-facing entrances. So I think this is projecting now. And the pedestrian route from the street and bus stops and other modes of public transportation to the entrance is safe, convenient, and direct. I think that, yeah. All right. Does anybody want to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Oh, you got to fight. Ready, go,
Second.
ready, go.
Second.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you very much.